Are you ready?
Okay. You ready? I'm ready. Let me make a little note to
All right,
start
note. Doesn't work if it's off by a second. If you start clapping, stop, and then I start clapping. I don't think it works like that.
Let's say 1, 2, 3, start.
Wait, do we start on 3 or do we start after we say 3? Or do we start before we say 3?
We start on start. 1, 2, 3, start.
Okay. 1, 2. Welcome
1,
to
2, 3.
Watashi no Radio. Welcome, everybody, to Watashi no Radio.
This is Tink.
And this is Sonic. And we've had a fun time starting this podcast today.
That's right. So, spring is springing.
Spring is sprung.
Spring is sprung. And you guys talked about anime last week. Space anime. I was supporting you from afar.
Thank you very much. I'm just glad you're feeling better, Tink.
Thank you. I am feeling much better and almost sound normal.
Yes, we were rooting for you.
Appreciate that. I don't know. I think Anjin can step in anytime. I think he needs to be our third co-host. Or he and I will alternate or something.
Yeah, that sounds good. Anytime. Because then you get to take a break from our segment, right?
Mm-hmm. We might be able to do it each week then if we're alternating. Since I can only do that every other week. I'm just offering. I don't think he'd go for that, though.
That's okay. All right. We'll make them special episodes.
Did you have a good week?
I did have a good week, yes. Let's see. It was Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my mom some hand-picked chocolates from the fancy chocolate place.
Very nice. Is there a fancy chocolate place there in Myrtle Beach or?
Yes.
Very nice. I didn't get to see my mom. We talked a little bit, but did not get to go see her.
That's okay. Your mom is farther than mine.
A little further, yep. No, we've had really nice weather. I had an all-day voiceover masterclass on Saturday, so that sort of ate up that day. But boy, it was a good one too.
Vote for Tink for Best Voice Actress of the Month.
We'll see. We'll try.
Well, that sounds like a good week, but I have a question to ask you.
Yes.
Did you take your time to stop and smell the roses?
Well, here in New Hampshire, our roses aren't quite blooming yet, but they're starting to give something that might be buds soon. What we have blooming are daffodils. Daffodils and violets are going crazy, and hyacinths. Well, with roses on the brain, I like this theme today.
Yes.
Flowers are our theme. Hana kotoba is this language of flowers in Japan. So if you want to get somebody roses, that's a lovely gift, but you might want to look into it a little more to make sure that you're not saying something you don't mean to say.
Right, all those colors, they mean all kinds of different things.
Yes.
Roses are red, but roses are blue. But roses are also, I don't know, pink? Chartreuse?
The only ones I remember something special about are red, which thank goodness means the same thing for us. It's romantic love, passion, that kind of thing. White is more like, so the white is devotion and innocence, silence, which I always laugh because now I think that sounds like a threat.
Stay silent.
Pink roses are happiness and confidence and trust, so it's fine to give to a boyfriend, girlfriend, but it's also fine for just friendships and, work promotions and things like that. Yellow is the jealousy one. I don't know if you would even give yellow roses.
If you find a yellow and white rose on your doorstep, you better watch out.
I feel like that sounds like a threat. Like, I know what you've been up to. Now, I may not be reading into the meanings quite correctly, but that's what it made me think of and definitely made me laugh.
Good.
Of course, cherry blossoms, Sakura. Lots of songs about Sakura. It's a very symbolic time in Japan, partly because they're beautiful and they all bloom, like a whole hillside will bloom pretty much at once, a couple weeks and they're done, which is interesting because in Japan it does last more like a week to a little longer, whereas here, I swear, it's 2 days. I don't know. Have you ever been to see cherry blossoms in the U.S.?
One time after one of our shows over at the college, we had a Sakura viewing party. Does that count?
Yes, it counts.
Good.
It counts. We had a picnic under it and everything. But
I feel
like it blooms for days. Like I think you could miss it. maybe a week.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about because I've not been in Japan during the flowers blooming. But because of the timing, everybody's very wistful because it's a fleeting beauty kind of thing. It just happens very quickly and you enjoy it for this fleeting moment that it is. And it's also about the time that everybody is graduating or ending their school year, so there's sort of a sadness to it. It's also when people are getting ready to go off to college because everything sort of switches. End of March, beginning of April is the beginning of new fiscal year, new school year, new everything. So that's right as the sakura are blooming. So it's quite a scene of transition.
We have a lot to talk about. Why don't we pedal forward into our first song?
Our first song. Okay, so I wanted our first ones to be our something old to something new, something borrowed and something blue. So our something old is not that old, but for our purposes today, it's from 1994. It is Yozakura o Shichi, and it's like 7 blooming cherry trees in the evening. It's sort of setting the scene here for you.
Poetic.
And it's by Fuyumi Sakamoto. And did you have a chance to listen to it?
I think I got a clip of it.
I love how it starts all chill and Enka-like. And I actually saw this in somebody else's description, which is what made me go actually look for the song. But then it kind of like gets down and turns into a bit of a little more upbeat song. So 2 things that I really liked about this song. One is even the upbeat parts are she's singing in a very, I assume she's an Enka singer. I didn't actually look into her career terribly much.
First Enka song. Woohoo!
First Enka song. Oh, is it for our whole show?
For this show.
Yay.
For our podcast.
For our podcast. Anyway, I just really like how she really goes for it with that Enka style voice. And I also like how folded into this song is the Sakura folk music song that you hear all the time in Japan. But it's folded right into this song, and I actually had to go back and check the lyrics to make sure she wasn't just singing like a pop version of the folk song. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
I don't know if I know it. I could know it without knowing that I know it, you know?
I think you would know, like if... Sakura, Sakura,
okay, all I'm getting is that crow song, though. When I think of that spooky crow song.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the only one that comes to mind when you say folk.
Because that was a Vocaloid song, right?
But that's for a different episode, probably.
That's from our Halloween episodes. Anyway, I really enjoyed this song, and I hope you did too, and I hope that our listeners enjoy it.
Yes, very much so.
So the singer is Fuyumi Sakamoto, and the kanji, if you're looking for it, is Yozakura, evening Sakura, o shichi, and the shichi is number 7. So, but that is up first on this section of our Watashi no Radio playlist on Spotify that Sonic is kind enough to manage for us.
And this song marks our Flower Festival.
I like it.
Yes.
So that is our something old from 94. Not terribly old.
No, definitely something new. Absolutely.
Well, the new, I mean, if you want, we'll go right into it. The new song, or something new, is literally still on the charts right now.
Ooh, that's what I like. We're getting your music hot off the charts.
Super new. That's right. And it's called Dry Flower.
Oh, there you go.
That was perfect. Dry Flower, and it's by Yuuri.
Oh, no, wait. I have to go water my flowers. That reminded me.
Good question. I've listened to something else of his because he was already in my Spotify playlist. But this was not a song I knew. And we're just going to say it's 2022 because it's on the chart now and it's easier to say it's new. Does that work for you?
Yeah, sure. That's why you didn't hear it before. Because it's new. It just came out.
That's right. Well, I think he has, very modern Japanese young male singer sound. So if he has not done a bunch of other music that we have listened to before, then he just has a very similar sound, I think.
Or we don't listen to enough young male singers in Japanese music.
Sure. Or that.
We go for Arashi, the female singers like Puffy Amiyumi.
Well, I feel like he sounded to me a little bit like, Radwimps and so forth. But
oh, there you go.
I didn't want to categorize him so specifically because I don't actually know him as an artist. I will, though. Hey, we can add that into the stuff Tink corrects for next time. I'll have more to say about Yuuri.
Great. And speaking of young male singers, it looks like our next song is from Elvis. No, wait.
Are those sideburns incredible? So, for something borrowed, we have chosen to do covers.
Well, I let you pick the flowers today.
Yes. So, Gogatsu no Bara means the flower and the rose of May, or a May rose. And it is a cover, just because he's not the first person to sing it.
Okay.
This version is the version that is in our Joy Sound karaoke playlist. And so this is the version we knew. And it was very interesting to find out this is the cover. The song was written in 1970. This version came out in 1972. And it's by Kiyohiko Ozaki. And I am saying the Japanese names with the person's name first and their family name second in our American way, even though that's not how you're going to find it listed in Japanese. But Kiyohiko Ozaki, a.k.a. Mr. Splendid Sideburns.
Nice. That's a good name.
That was even in Wikipedia. Splendid Sideburns. Yeah, the singer, he's from Kanagawa, and he was famous his whole life. Oh, I wonder if he's still alive. I didn't look at that up. Later, he lost the sideburns in favor of a long ponytail. Just a fun-looking character at any rate.
Go from Elvis to rock and roll?
Yeah. This was the first I have heard of him. I knew this song, but only, we just do it in karaoke. I didn't know anything about the artist. And because of this episode, because of our show, as always happens, I was introduced to his other music. And so I've been listening to some of his other stuff. And he made music for years, not just in the 70s.
Yeah, that sounds great. Hey, speaking of karaoke, we should have a karaoke party.
We should. Are you going to come up for it, or are we going to try and figure out something online?
Nah, we need to do this in person together.
Good.
And we need to live stream it somehow.
Oh, there we go. I knew you were going to have something in mind. Nobody needs to hear this, let alone
okay, maybe not.
it. But
we did have a fun karaoke party before.
We have done that, and we streamed it back in the day. That would have been 2015, because that was one of our very last episodes before you graduated.
It was one of our final episodes.
And we live streamed it on Meerkat, maybe Periscope in those days. And of course, we had the live radio show. We did not sing karaoke on the air.
No.
That was for those enjoying at home on the video stream. We did not subject the entire college radio campus and listener base to our karaoke versions of things.
Nor will we subject this entire audience.
That was fun, though. That was a good one. Okay, so for something blue, we have sort of an interesting problem, and that is that I thought was the perfect song. It's called Blue Flower, Aoi Hana.
That's a perfect song.
But the song is not available in our region on Spotify. It's there, but it's grayed out.
Oh, no.
So the license holder, which I assume is his publishing company, has it on YouTube, has a channel on YouTube, and that is where I came across it? I think so. So we will have to link to it on YouTube.
We will have it in our YouTube link.
And the name of the band is Color Bottle. If you're looking online, it's mostly written in katakana. Blue Flower, usually written in kanji.
Well, you know what? This brings up a good point. We put this entire list of songs we give to you into a Spotify playlist.
Yes.
So we can all listen to it, because even anybody who just makes a free account can go in and listen to the playlist at their leisure.
Yes.
But there are other platforms you would be able to find this music on if you search for it yourself.
Yes.
Like if you pay for Apple Music or other places.
Right. So we chose Spotify because you don't have to have a paid account to listen. You'll just have ads in between. But a lot of these songs are available on Apple Music, and quite a lot of them are on YouTube. But unless it's the official artist or their publisher or their record company channel, we're probably not going to include the links in our stuff.
Right.
Because more likely than not, that video is going to get pulled, and then we're going to have broken links.
Yep. And nobody likes a broken link.
Nobody likes a broken link.
We've made mistakes, but it's okay.
It's okay. So, I don't know. Did you listen to the song? I thought it was really fun.
Yes.
I had not heard of this group or anything. I just literally knew we needed a blue song. that was about flowers and typed some of those words into a search engine.
That's
Lo and
great.
behold, there is one called Blue Flower. And it's catchy. I really like it. So I wanted to include it here even though it's not on Spotify.
And if I can see it on Spotify, I can still put it in the playlist for anybody who is not listening in America, for it may be available in other regions.
Very good.
That's what's stopping me from putting the Hi Hi Puffy Yumi theme song into our list at the moment. Or the Teen Titans theme song.
You had a good,
I want to put that in the list too.
Easy.
Just a sidebar.
Come on, Buffy. Come to our region.
We do have a lot of their songs on Spotify.
Yeah.
But I think it's because it's a theme song.
Oh, I didn't think of that. So since that's only 4 songs, and really it's only 3 because I can't add that one, we did a lot of other music. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more songs.
Yay, more songs!
So we can go through them a little more quickly or talk about the shows because some of them are from shows.
Well, let's see where the night takes us.
Okay, so up next I have Stereopony with Hitohira no Hanabira, which I'm pretty sure means a single flower petal. One single flower petal. Hitohira.
Ooh.
This song is one of many, many ending songs for Bleach. I mean, honestly, it might be, number 17 or 38 or something, but it's one of the various ending songs for Bleach, and I'm pretty sure that is where I heard it.
I have not gotten around to watching Bleach.
Well, we watched a lot of Bleach and we were really enjoying it, but one or two of the storylines just kind of drag a bit, and we finally just got bogged down and stopped.
That's what I've heard.
People have posted playlists of, or not playlists, but suggestions of episodes that can be skipped. They're just kind of filler. And while that probably really irritates a lot of the purists listening, I just wanted to enjoy the show. And I think I can do without some episodes if it can keep the story moving. So I'd like to give Bleach another try. We really were enjoying it. However, it's a really fun song, and I'm positive that's where I heard this song.
Yeah. I kind of started Naruto in that craze. And I didn't get too far.
It's another very, very long series.
And later I decided I liked One Piece better.
And in fact, we just talked about Bleach and Naruto. Those two are the reason I won't watch long anime anymore. I don't know that I'm ever going to watch One Piece, and I know you love it, and I'm sorry.
That's a good one.
Something is in the 300s and 400s of episodes. I'm just like, no. Give me a 26 episode arc.
At least the 4 Naruto games that are out there, they just go over the entire story. So you can catch up on the story without watching the whole anime.
Oh, like video games?
Yeah.
Huh. Hadn't thought of that. That's a fun idea. Well, there we go. The shorter version.
Well,
it doesn't help that probably about that same point in time we were trying to follow, I don't know how many episodes are in Inuyasha. We were trying to watch Inuyasha, Naruto, Bleach. I don't know. Name some others with hundreds of episodes. We just got bogged down.
Okay, if you insist. Let's see. Case closed. Robotech. Hunter x Hunter. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, you didn't want me to keep naming them off?
You go right ahead. You do what you want. you do you.
I don't think I know anymore off the top of my head.
So, okay, I guess I'll keep talking about music. My next one is by SPITZ. Oh, Stereopony and SPITZ we played these bands on our radio show before. In fact, Stereopony, that song, when was that song? So I know we played Stereopony on our radio show before because I feel like I remember the story of them disbanding was one of the first news items I shared on our radio show. On our brand new Watashi no radio show that at that time was probably still Watashi no radio, which was just too much for anybody else to pronounce.
So instead of your radio, I think we just decide on our radio, or my radio, right?
That's right. So instead of being ours, it's just mine.
But everybody can say it's my radio.
Everybody can
so
say
it's still everybody's radio.
That's right. So Stereopony was from Okinawa and is was three girls. And they released 3 albums. Yeah, so this one was 2008. Hitohira no Hanabira. I did do enough research to make sure that most of these at least included a little bit of something in the lyrics about a flower or comparing something to flowers, and just didn't happen to have a word that sounded like a flower word. So the first lyric of this was something like, the single petal flutters next to me. So I feel like
I'll take that.
That covers, yep. Okay, up next we have SPITZ with Ajisai Dori, which, as far as I can tell, means hydrangea road or path, or a street of hydrangea.
Ooh, hydrangea. Now that's a flower for a rainy day. Yeah, hydrangea, they're very interesting flowers. Depending on the soil, they change the color.
It's really fun. I have seen them in different colors.
Yeah, even in the same bush, you can get kind of pink and blue throughout the bush, depending on the soil quality. And the reason I know that, do you want to know the reason I know that?
I'd love to know the reason that you know that about hydrangeas.
Triple X Holic. Ever watch that anime?
Yes.
And then there was one episode with hydrangea, and, well, I guess I shouldn't spoil the episode, huh?
I love that you learned that fact from an anime.
Anime, teaching you every day.
That's perfect. That's right, teaching you about soil acidity and flower color. Hydrangea macrophylla. There you have it. So this song, I don't know, we have done some other stuff by SPITZ, not on the podcast yet, I don't think, but we did on the radio show for sure. And this is just a really fun, upbeat song.
Yeah, it is.
Next is Garbera by MUCC. I would love to tell you what the lyrics of this song are about, but I have no idea. My Japanese is not strong to begin with, and their lyrics tend to be very lyrical and poetic, and so they use, pun not intended, lyrical and flowery language.
Great.
So
that's why you put it in the flower.
That's super appropriate to be in this show. In fact, I'm hoping the Garbera in the title I'm hoping that's the Garbera flower. I'm just assuming it is.
Well, if not, we can just say it's because of their flowery lyrics.
We're going to say it's because there is a flower called Garbera. Because in Japanese it's Garbera. So I think it's the right flower. And so in attempting to, it's about love and how you feel and the pain, and basically it's such poetic language that I couldn't get anything out of it. And then you go look online at other people's translations and they're kind of garbagey too. And then you go run it through the machine translator and it's just gibberish. So I might have to ask Anjin if he has translated this one too. However, I have always liked this song, even though I have no idea what it's about even now. But it's fun, and I recommend singing it very loudly in the car. That's my recommendation. MUCC is really, really good for singing very loudly in the car.
Or at karaoke.
Or karaoke, but usually people are listening. And the neat thing about your car is usually they're not.
The neat thing about singing in your car is the wind carries it away.
Yes, that's right.
Unless you're at a stoplight.
This next one, Hanamizuki by Hitoto. Hanamizuki is a dogwood tree. It is specifically the tree, but obviously dogwoods have flowers. And this was in 2004, and it is about peace and sort of pacifism, and it is in response to 9/11, and was released with some other songs in a similar theme from other artists. So Hanamizuki. This is one that Anjin will karaoke, and I need to ask him if he knew the origin of the song. Anyway, this is not the first time I've heard the song, but as far as I know, it's not from a show or anything. And it probably is in my range. I might be able to sing it. We'll find out. Not tonight on the air, but some other time. Okay, I still have 3 songs.
But the next song is a very popular kind of name for a song, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're right, it is.
but it's popular for a reason. Sakura! This one by Ikimonogakari.
Very good. This is 2 or 3 people in Ikimonogakari.
It looks like 3 on the cover.
Is it 3? Okay, maybe. Okay, so we're going to say 3 people. But they have music in, like, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time and in some Japanese TV dramas. I think they write their own music, which is fun. Not knocking people who don't write their own music, but it's always fun, like an extra bonus if they also write the music. So,
and an extra bonus, they're in spacesuits to tie in with the previous episode.
Are they? On what? On the cover?
Yeah.
Oh, they are. Good eye. Spacesuits, yes, to tie it. That's on purpose. Fully on purpose.
Excellent, I thought so.
Yep. So, Ikimonogakari.
My question is, what are we doing? It took us how long to finally get a L'Arc-en-Ciel song in here?
Exactly. We still have not played an Arashi song.
I know, that surprises me even more.
Just really impressed. It took us, what is this, 3rd, 4th episode? Yeah. It is very odd that it took us this long to get a L'Arc-en-Ciel song in there.
And it's even odder, it's taking us longer to get your favorite band in here, Arashi.
I can't believe it. We're gonna have to fix that next time.
We will.
I didn't go digging for flower songs, although I'm sure they have some. I actually thought the song was called White Flower, but maybe that's just because it's in the lyrics. It's by L'Arc-en-Ciel. This is the band that started it all for us because Anjin and I went to go see them in New York, and it was on the radio the next day, later that week, that on the Breakfast Club with Paul Crutcher. Paul Crutcher asked me about my trip, and I talked about going to go see a Japanese band, and that we have a lot of Japanese music. And then Sonic approached me to do a show together. And that is actually how Watashi no Radio was born. So we owe a lot to L'Arc-en-Ciel.
Sure sounds like it.
So thank you, Lark, for coming to New York in 2012.
We need to go get their autograph and hang it up in the studio.
That's a fun idea. I would love to get their autograph and hang it in our studio, as if we have a studio.
Soon, one day. Look to the future.
So this song is actually called Flower, and it is also a frequent karaoke selection for Anjin. Oh yeah, they definitely played this during the concert too. Okay, we are ending with a Vocaloid song.
We are? Oh boy, Vocaloids and Flowers, they go together.
So this song is called Ajisai. So yes, that is the same as the SPITZ, Ajisai, Dori, Ajisai, so that is a hydrangea. I don't know if it is pink or blue, and I didn't look up the lyrics.
Well, who's the Vocaloid singing it?
Vocaloid singing it. So you pointed out that the cover on Spotify for the version I picked is Miku. But I'm fairly sure that the Vocaloid singer is Megumi Nakajima is the singer who is the sample. And the reason I say that, well, first off, it didn't really sound like Miku. Did it? It didn't make to me. And then second, when we went to go see if this song is also on Apple Music, it is. And Apple Music not only has a little tiny pixelated Megpoid, but the title for the single actually says Ajisai featuring Megpoid. So I'm fairly sure. Yes. Okay. So it is sampled by an actual singer, Megumi Nakajima. Probably Nakajimi Megumi. Quite a few of the specialty Vocaloid are based off of actual singers. Gact has one. Gactpoid. Kamui? So Gactpoid was based on Gact. Yeah, Megpoid is based on Megumi Nakajima. Which means that these performers came in and, sang things into the software so the programmers could program a voice to sing sort of with their voice. I mean, the whole point is not to put out music as them, it's to have a Vocaloid voice based on them. So this was a really fun song. I liked it, and I think it's a good wrap up for this show. So there are 11 in my playlist, but only 10 are going to show because the Color Bottle song, Blue Flower, Aoi Hana, is not going to show for our region in Spotify, but
So I'd like you to correct one of my mistakes from last week.
Oh, okay.
And tell everybody where they can find us.
You can find us at watashinoradio.com. The episodes are also on YouTube. One of them you can even see us, but that probably not going to do too many more of those for a little while. And you can listen to the podcast on Spotify or iTunes. And on Spotify, you can also go find and listen to our Watashi no Radio playlist that has all of the music that we're talking about on this show, except for times where we say something's not on Spotify. It's pretty rare. I think that's everything. We also have a Facebook page that hopefully we'll be starting to update now. And there's a Twitter. And you can email us, tink@watashinoradio.com or sonic@watashinoradio.com.
That's excellent.
Yeah, we would love to hear from you if you have requests or suggestions, theme suggestions, or just want to tell us about new music that you like.
Or if you have anything else you want to say to us, we're all ears.
That's right. So we had our radio show for 3 years and had gotten accustomed to that format. We are still getting a little bit used to our podcast format.
That's true.
While we're getting our feet under us, we would love to hear from you.
We would, very much so. And goodbye and good rhythms.
We'll see you next time.